Hello again, I'm Andy Olson with Equizoe Ministries. Thanks for joining me for another installment of Lessons in Logic. For this installment, we are talking about transfer. Now, transfer is commonly used in advertising, and it is the attempt to transfer your emotional feelings towards usually some kind of call to action. And in the case of advertising, it's to get you to buy something, get you to vote a certain way, get you to maybe subscribe to something, or it's trying to get you to do something. So some examples that we've seen in advertising, two of these are, I'm not sure if you can see that, all of it, but two of these are a little bit older from my original series that's now, I think, 5 years old. Marlboro and Diet Coke are a little bit older, but in the case of the Marlboro Man, you see this guy who's very masculine, very laid back, rustic, manly, and the attempt there is to transfer your feelings towards those things towards Marlboro cigarettes, and that if you were to smoke, that maybe you'd be manly, you'd be masculine, you'd be rustic, and all these great things. And then the Diet Coke is, I think the guy is mowing the lawn, and he looks kind of like a young father, so it's trying to transfer your nostalgic feelings about growing up and seeing a young dad and, whatever, to maybe get you to drink Diet Coke. And then the last one in the corner there is from the most recent political presidential campaign here in the United States, but Make America Great Again. The hat is supposed to kind of stir up some nostalgic feelings about days of yore in America. So that would be a form of transfer. And I also have a failed example of transfer. So this one's a little bit older. I was a kid myself when this one came out. This is Democratic candidate for president Michael Dukakis from the 1988 election, and he's in a tank. So from Wikipedia, I'm going to read the story because I was only about 11 years old when this came out. On September 13th, 1988, Michael Dukakis visited General Dynamics Land Systems plant in Sterling Heights, Michigan, to take part in a photo op in an M1 Abrams tank. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Margaret Thatcher, had been photographed in a similar situation in 1986, riding in a Challenger tank while wearing a scarf. Compared with Dukakis' results, Thatcher's picture was very successful and helped her re-election prospects. Footage of Dukakis was used in television ads by the Bush campaign as evidence that Dukakis would not make a good commander-in-chief, and Dukakis in the tank remains shorthand for backfired public relations outings. Although he had served in the United States Army, Dukakis was widely mocked by his opponents for what they characterized as martial posturing and a silly image. So that would be failed transfer, and then again, the kind of more advertising, somewhat successful, I guess. And they do what they're meant to do. Examples of transfer, but again, this is common in advertising. See it both political and then products and services and whatnot. But very, very common advertising technique is transfer. So that would be this installment of Lessons in Logic. For the full original series that I did, you can go to the link on the screen to check that out. But we'll be back soon for another installment of Lessons in Logic. Thanks again for watching.